This is Nadisha in Chicago, and you're watching my channel, Knowledge for Quality of Life. Friends, today I'll be switching gears a little bit. I've been talking about health for a while, and I've talked about investing as well. Today, my topic is a little bit under the umbrella of investing, but not directly investing, but a saving perspective. How we can optimize things in our life. And this is all my life objective that, being a frugal person, I try to save as much as I can in variety of things which I do in my life. And one of the things which I came across, I started remodeling my house back in 2018 before the pandemic. And, one of the things which I did as part of the remodeling that my HVAC system, heating and air conditioning system was getting aged and, it was time to replace it. And, before it falls apart or give me a major expense, I started shopping around. And I had a same issue, in one of my bedroom regarding heating or cooling. That one of my bedroom wouldn't heat as much as in the winter months, and it wouldn't cool as much as in the summer months. And I was scratching my head, and I spoke to a few people. And I read up on literature, then what the issue is, and I nailed it down, and finally I confirmed with one of the representative I spoke to that it's a type of the system which I'm going to be picking, because in my old HVAC system was fixed motor, and my solution was recommended that I need to take a system which has a variable motor. So I'm going to give my experience and how I saved money on getting the one of the best system which is in the market back in 2019. And I'm going to illustrate for my viewers, people who are interested in understanding this thing, because as I said in the beginning, very beginning, that this channel is about education, sharing the knowledge, sharing the best practices so that people can benefit out of it. I have no ways and means to recommend anything to anyone. And that's not the intent of this channel. So I'm leaving my footprint behind me so that people can learn something from it, enhance it, and move forward. So let me share my screen first. I did some calcs based on my footprint of the house. I have about three bedroom, full finished basement, and about 1,600 square foot of house. It's a decent townhouse, and I wanted to first I wanted to size up completely based on my footprint, because the previous system I had, it was a Lennox as well, and the new system I got with Lennox. I'm very happy with Lennox. By no means I'm representing their product, or it's being sponsored by anyone. Older system which I had from Linux, it was 𝗓𝗶𝗄, but the newer system is Signature Collection. So my this is a chart which I got from the internet, and under the HVAC sizing for air conditioning sizing and heating sizing. And I'll try to include the link in the description, because I did these calcs back in 2019, and I dig up my records and my files, and I'm sharing with you here, so that people can understand that how I sized it. Method one is go by square foot alone. The second method, which I liked it a little bit more, go by square feet and climate, because I'm living in Chicago, and if you look at the US map here, it's color coded based on the temperature variations and all that. So I'm in this green zone. I'm in the Cook County in Chicago, so I have a green zone. So if I come here, HVAC system sizing, it tells me that if I'm a green zone from 1601 to 2000 square foot, my cooling unit should be around 3 tons, and my BTU for heating should be in the range of 35 to 50 BTU per square foot. So this is the basis I took, and then I ran the calcs. So this is my heating requirement. So area of the house is about 1600 square foot. I'm in zone 4 as I showed to you here in the sizing unit, and the range is 35 to 50. So I played with the upper bound. I took the 50, and 1600 times 50 is 80,000 BTU. And good insulation house requires only 10% loss. So I have updated over the years my insulation, based on the current code under my attic. So I took only 10% loss, and I multiplied 80,000 BTU by 0.9. So my requirement was 72,000 BTU. This is the output needed for my furnace, 72,000 BTU. And I was looking at Lennox different models. So this thing is a 70 series model. This is the 80 series model, and they have a various BTUs listed on their website. So heat output for SL280 UH070V was 66,000 BTU, and I multiplied by 0.8 because this 0.8 factor is coming from 80% efficiency. Because I didn't want to go to the super high efficiency because it's not a big house, and it's not a double stage or something like that. So I went with 80% efficiency signature collection. So my BTU as heat output was 52,800 BTU, and I multiplied this 88. There's another model here. It's 70,400 BTU. And this is some cost savings calculations I did, that how it's going to pay, how my system is going to pay for itself in 5-year, 10-year, or 15-year. And for furnace SL280V, V stands for variable motor. And that's what I was going after, because previous system was fixed motor. And fixed motor, the way it works, that either the motor is going to be shut off completely when the demand is not there, or it's going to run at its full peak when the demand is there. But variable motor runs on 2 stages. So one constant speed motor is going to run throughout, and it's going to provide some speed of the motor is going to run, and it's going to give you some output. But when the demand comes, either cold or heat, the system is going to run at its full throttle based on the demand. So it's going to run on the second stage. That's why the motor is variable. And the system which I went with, it used to come with 3/4 horsepower, 0.75 horsepower motor. But I asked the representative to give me a 1 horsepower motor at the same cost, and he matched it, my requirement. So the higher HP gives you a better longevity, the more power to the motor. So basically the system I was looking, SL280V with the variable motor, it cost me about 75. So this was my cooling calculation. Area of the house is same, 1600, and 1 ton of cooling for every 600 square foot required. So I did some crunching number here. So 1600 divided by 600, I got 2.67 tons and 3 tons. If you recall the sizing of the chart, it's also calling for 3 tons, if you recall that. So I verified by running some numbers, and I went with Lennox XC16 3 tons AC. So this is the final model I went with for the furnace, and the AC. AC is a 2-stage high efficiency. The filter cabinet which I went with, it's 4-inch wide media filter, because it has a wide, more square inches of the filter media, which runs very efficiently, and it cleans the system. It cleans the house much better than the 𝗬-𝗫 one, the 1-inch filter. Of course, the 4-inch filter is expensive, around in the range of $50 or so, but you don't change that often. You change once in 6 months. And I went with the humidifier, centrally humidifier. It works for humidification and dehumidification in the summer months when AC is running. It works for the humidifier when the heat is on and furnace is working during the winter months. And then I went with iComfort S30 thermostat. This is one of the best thing I have ever done. That this S30, and I'm using its full capability, various functions, and it's amazing. It's a breeze for me, and this thing works on Wi-Fi, so I can control. I'm anywhere on the planet as long as my phone is connected with the Wi-Fi. I can check the system that how it's working, and I can change things remotely. So this thing is about cooling here. And if I come here, this thing is, I looked at it, various, bids I call for. The way I work, I do a lot of things differently than most of you guys do. Some people are like me, who uses technology for many things, and I use Thumbtack app, and I put my work requirement on the Thumbtack, and various contractors submit their bids. Of course, they're not going to submit the bids on the your inquiry based on. They would like to come and visit the site. So 5 folks came, 5 different contractors came, and they gave me a variable pricing, and you see that, pricing was from $7,500 to as high as $10,992. So I did my own estimate based on what equipment I was looking for. Wholesale Lennox furnace was this much. Wholesale Lennox XC, a 3-ton AC was $2,384.50, and then I said that it's a 2-man's job, and team is going to require per day $846.50. An estimated miscellaneous material for the plenum and carving the aluminum and whatever extra material is needed. I estimated $1,127. Insurance and miscellaneous fee, which is going to be built in, which normally the contractor pass it on to the consumer, $681. iComfort S30 thermostat cost itself $600. 𝗟𝗲𝗄𝗄 $600, humidifier $200, and 4-inch filter media and cabinet is $103. So my estimate was $7,219. The lowest estimate I got, I want to point out that here the numbers I calculated percentages, so I apologize that this is not correct. 2.5, it's something like 3.89. So I took this number and divided by this. So I try to calculate in this what the markup is for the contractor. So the lowest bid I got was $7,500. And when I look at it, the Lennox rebates and ComEd rebates. So the Lennox in those days, in 2019 was offering the rebate because when you increase the efficiency on your system, Lennox and ComEd, the electric company, gives you certain rebates. So I got Lennox 600 rebate and 450 rebate from ComEd. So my total rebate was $1,050. So I subtracted from $7,500. I got actual price on the system is $6,450. So I ran some numbers based on the cost savings from the website, and this website is Lennox uses based on the NICOR and Illinois gas and electricity charges. So my 5-year savings would be for furnace this much, and total savings would be this much. 10 years is this much, and 15 years is this much. So basically, what I'm trying to prove here that, if the system cost me 6,450 and 10-year savings is this, so within 10 years, the system is going to pay for itself. So I went with this new system, and I'm extremely, extremely happy with the system. Let me stop share here. So the point I'm trying to make here is that, that problem which I had in one of the bedroom, which is, always, cooler in the, winter months, because, the forced air of the heating was not going into that room that much, and it was much hotter in the summer months when the cool air was not going there. So this variable motor system took care of that. So anybody who is experiencing this issue in their house should look into this aspect of the a system that, variable motor can take care of many issues. And this is one of the best system, much better than, I had the whisper heat before. So I hope that, you guys learned something from this, because, this, as I said earlier, that this channel is about sharing the best practices. And, I'm happy with the system. And if you, any one of you are interested in how I'm using the i130, digital thermostat, Wi-Fi thermostat, I can make a short vlog on that one. So please include your comment if you are interested in that. If somebody wants to interest, if people are going to show the interest, and then I'm going to include a short vlog for 5 or 10 minutes that how I'm using it to the best in the winter and summer months. I will see you next week, hopefully with another set of vlog. I have done many things, and I'm going to be covering how I can, show you that how I saved some money on various remodeling of the house, projects. I did in bits and pieces. I didn't do, because, I started in 2018, and then I had to pause during the pandemic in 2020. And then I restarted again remodeling in the next phase in 2022, which I finished in 2022. So hopefully see you next week. Bye.